Hey guys, my name's Yvette and welcome to my DIY channel, and I hope that you guys are having a great day. For today's video, I'm going to share with you some more fall air dry clay projects that I made. For this project, I'm going to make a pie incense holder, so roll out your clay, and I kept mine at like 1/2 inch thick. I'm using this random circular bowl to help me trace out the shape of a circle. And I'm going to use a little bit of water to smooth out the circle. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a sec and roll out some more clay. I'm using a ruler to help me trace out a couple of strips of clay, and I'm going to use these for my pie crust. So now I'm going to start placing my strips onto the circle and weave them into each other. I'm using some water to help blend out the edges of the strips, and also the water makes this clay like really sticky, which will help everything stick together. Using my needle tool, I'm trimming off the extra clay hanging off of the ends. Using my modeling tool, I'm going to blend those ends of the strips onto the clay. Now I'm going to roll out a thick coil of clay. And then here I'm flattening it out with my hands. I'm adding some water around the pie to make it sticky, and then I'm going to wrap the coil of clay around the circle and really press it in so that it attaches. And if you're using a clay that isn't sticky, use some slip to help this attach better, but this clay is like really sticky, so that's why I'm not using any slip. Now I'm going to take an incense stick and place it in the middle of this pie where I want the incense stick to be held, and then I'm going to set this aside and let it dry for a few days.
One eternity later.
Here is the pie now that it's dry, and I don't need a sand, so I'm just going to paint. So for the pie, for the orange parts, I'm going to seal it using Deco Art's Ultra Matte Varnish. And then for the crust parts, I'm going to seal it using Deco Art's Triple Thick Gloss Glaze. I wanted to give this like an egg wash effect, so I poured some gloss glaze into a cup and I added a little bit of brown paint to it and mixed it up really well. And then I started painting it on some parts of the crust to make it look toasted. For this next project, I'm going to make a really easy pumpkin earring holder. I sketched out this pumpkin to use as my stencil, and then I rolled out some clay and made it about 1/4 of an inch thick. I placed my stencil on the clay and then I traced out the pumpkin, and I also made sure to trace out the little ribs on the pumpkin. I'm using some water to blend out the edges. Going in with my needle tool, I'm poking holes wherever I want earrings to go. On the stem, I'm adding an extra big hole so that I can add some string in through later and be able to hang this on my wall. Right here, I'm going back in and making all of the holes a little bit bigger. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this, so now I'm going to let this dry.
Tomorrow.
Here's the pumpkin now that it's dry, so now I'm going to sand and then paint. The pumpkin was looking a little plain for my liking, so I decided to add in some flowers. I'm sealing this with Deco Art's triple thick gloss glaze. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys try one of these projects out and subscribe for more DIYs, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!